Today we are going to be ranking the 2021 albums. So we picked some albums, I think about 25 that came out in 2021, and we're just going to be putting them on a tier list. You've seen the tier list, S through D or F or whatever. I don't think we have F because I don't really think we listen to like F albums anyways.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even get through it.
So I don't think I included F, but yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now we have LP by JPEG Mafia.
S. I fucking
Yeah,
love
I
this
think I'm gonna
album.
have to go an S on this
Really
as well.
good. Do we even need to say
Huge
more?
JPEG. Yeah, I don't
Like,
think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people don't fuck with JPEG Mafia like that. It's crazy. I just think people are afraid of like how weird of a sound he has.
But it rocks.
But I love it. Like it's some of the most like refreshing material in the rap game that we've gotten in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy, like his whole story even. You know what I mean?
He's the man.
Yeah, he's been putting out banging music since the start of his career for sure. And I love
Offline
this
version
album.
is the way to go, though. I'll say if you're gonna listen to this album, listen to the offline version because two different versions were released due to like sample clearances. And the online version, I've listened to both. The online version just doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Straight up.
What
I
would
love.
be solid.
Yeah. Side story about JPEG. He does the craziest live shows. He
Yeah.
goes up on stage,
Yeah.
sets up his own laptop, and goes and plays the instrumentals himself, and just goes crazy on stage
Yeah.
by himself. No DJ, no supporting act. It's insane. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
As-
Nothing else to
as
say.
for real.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. Faces by Mac Miller.
Not a 2021 album technically, but
Was
I
it a
really
late
enjoyed it.
2020?
It was no, it was
Did a mixtape, old
a
ass
mixtape,
mixtape.
super old.
Yeah,
but
it just got
really
put
Oh,
on like
yeah,
streaming platforms
yeah,
this
put
is
yeah.
on streaming
2021.
platforms.
Right.
I love it.
I love this album as well,
Mhm.
honestly. Like, I'm listening to Mac Miller for a long ass time. I don't know. I've loved everything that he's become as an artist, or like what he did before he passed away. But it was a really, really good to hear this mixtape again. It had been a long time, but hearing it on a streaming platform, just to see like where he was at with Circles, and then kind of tracking all the way back to what he was doing with this mixtape, it was awesome. Like I loved everything about it for
Right.
sure.
Agreed.
Yeah, very solid. I'm thinking we put this right below Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
I could go with that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Again, technically not 2021, but it
Right,
It was
but it
just-
was
yeah.
distributed. This is when the album like resurfaced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So.
feel like most people gave this a listen in 2021.
Right.
when it
Totally.
came out, so.
totally.
All right, another technical, not 2021. We got Whole Lotta Red. This came out Christmas of 2020, but nobody was really that was not enough time to stomach it and rank it back then, and we didn't exist back then as well. So,
We got
So,
a
yeah.
huge vamp over here.
Come on,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on. Rise up, vamps. I fucking love this album. Playboy Cardi was my first, or my top artist for last year. I love Playboy Cardi. This album does have issues with it though.
it does.
I would
The
agree,
mixing,
yeah.
some of the beats are a little bit underwhelming. For me, great replay value, but objectively, not an S tier album.
No, definitely not. And like when you compare it to like Die Lit, which is like one of the greatest like
Yeah.
rap albums and like punk albums ever.
Unbeatable.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's just like it's hard to. It doesn't hold. I do like the way that like the Cardi community has like. The way they've changed their aesthetic with him, bro.
Yeah.
Like you've got all these like 17-year-olds like dressing like fucking vampires. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy what
It's
he's doing.
crazy what he's doing in the rap game, man.
Like
but
his shows are getting canceled out here just because
Yeah.
it's getting too lit.
yeah, literally, people are dying lit.
Yeah, it's
like
just-
straight
yeah.
up.
I don't know. I really liked this album after I listened to it for like months and months on end. Right off the bat, when I listened to it for the first time, I was like, "Damn, this is some trash." But
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I've definitely gained a lot more respect for it as I've listened to it more and more. In terms of Cardi's production and what he's done throughout the years, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of him going into like such a raw sound. It's just gotten, I don't even know how to put it into words, but if you compare it to like all the way back when Self-Titled came out,
Mm-hmm.
I personally liked just the way that he sounded on that album better.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of just the beats he was rapping on, even the sound of his voice. But I mean, I love this album in general. So
They were more minimalistic beats back
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think his voice just sounded a little bit fresher, a little bit more open. But,
Yeah.
then. It's fair.
For me, this is the top of B.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I would be disappointed if it wasn't at least at the top
Yeah.
of B.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I can't put it above any of the A's, but yeah, I think it's top of B.
I can respect that.
Yeah. Okay, this is one that Izzy.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk.
I don't know if any of y'all like Interwave, but I've been a huge Interwave recently.
You put me on some songs.
Yeah, I've just been listening to a lot of Interwave recently the last few years. I got really, really excited when this album came out specifically. They're just like a pretty low key like indie alternative kind of group.
Yeah.
That I think more and more people are starting to listen to as time goes by.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely have a lot of like top chart songs that came out in the past.
Right.
But this album, top to bottom, was cool. The aesthetic of it was really awesome. Just the way that they're mixing sounds in terms of like a full acoustic band, I think is really, really cool. The lead singer's voice is like one of the coolest sounds that I've heard in a while. It's just a super refreshing group, and I love this album. That being said, I don't think it was better than some of their previous albums, but there were a lot of songs that I've been replaying up until now. So, I mean, me personally, I'd probably go like somewhere in the top of the B area, just because relative to these other albums, it's probably not better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this group has a lot of really good things coming for them. It's going to be really cool to see how this group progresses in the future. So,
I've liked everything I've heard from Interwave.
Yeah.
That hasn't been a lot, but I've enjoyed it. Totally comfortable with the high B.
Yeah,
sweet.
I agree.
Cool. You want to put it like here?
Yeah.
That works.
Cool. All right, now we have Roadrunner, New Light, New Machine by Brockhampton.
You can go on.
This one I really, this is another one that they don't really like that much that I really
Let
like.
him know. Let him know.
Yeah.
Come on.
Man, this is my favorite Brockhampton since the Saturation days. I think this is definitely better than like Ginger or what was the other one? In
Iridescence.
Like, Iridescence. Yeah. How did I forget Iridescence? But yeah, I don't know. This is a really solid album, man. Bankroll with A$AP Rocky is a crazy song. But the vibe of the entire album is like really interesting. You can definitely tell that like they were on their way out as a group. So you know, from listening to the music. So like R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace, Brockhampton.
But really, really good album for me. I won't go so far as to say it's like an S or anything, but I would put this personally at a low A, and I'm sure you guys will want to drag it down.
Yeah.
But
dude, I will say
this is a low A, high B for me.
Joba destroyed this album.
Yeah.
He
for sure.
put his entire heart into it, and you can tell that he was trying to be as emotionally vulnerable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that took it up a whole level for me. Even then, I think a lot of the members didn't have their best work or like effort put into it, in my opinion. So I would personally put it at a D, like top of D, but we'll see where it goes.
Your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I liked Iridescence better than this album. Obviously,
Me
nothing
too.
really beats the Saturations for me.
Of course.
But I don't know. My experience with this album was very much like it started like here, and then like I went up, and then I started going back down a little bit. It was very weird. If you would have asked me this like 2 months after it came out, I'd be like, holy shit, like this album's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
But as I've listened to it more and more, I've just kind of like lost my love for it. And now it's just below like the other albums for me. I think it's definitely better than Ginger still, but yeah, I don't think I'd rank this like extremely high.
Where would you want to put this?
I mean, considering you wanted at an A,
I could. What? So he wants like a DC. You want what do you want?
I'd say probably like top of C or like bottom of B.
So let's go like bottom of B. Like that's fine. Bottom to
I can accept that.
Yeah, I think we can leave it like exactly where we have it right now, because definitely like, yeah, like I can definitely understand Whole Lotta Red, being above it, and like yeah, I like all the B. Like we have a lot of really good albums on this list. That's the thing is like these are all really good albums.
Sure.
So even for this album to be a B, that's like a damn good album. It's just like we're comparing it to like some great albums that came out this year.
2021 was really good
Yeah,
for music.
I was
It
gonna
was
say
good ass music.
yes.
It was really cool to come out of the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and finally get artists like resurfacing. So.
Well, and you got to see how the pandemic affected a lot of artists. Like they were very vulnerable with their sounds. I feel like a lot of artists this year, and it was really interesting. Okay, now we have Sometimes I Might Be Introvert by Little Sims.
Have y'all listened to this album?
Yeah.
I personally haven't, so y'all can go for it.
S tier.
Really?
I love this album. This is her best album ever, and like every song is just so good. From the production,
It's cinematic as
the
hell.
lyrics, incredible. I love this album.
Mhm.
Easily one of my favorites of 2021 for me.
Wow.
This album is really cinematic. It has like a lot of like movie feel in just terms of like the instrumentals are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Her rapping is really concise, really good bars. Yeah, I don't know if I could put this in an S.
Fair.
For me, this is like a top of B, so I'm comfortable like middle of A.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Y'all hear the
complain.
pain in Ramsey's voice just then.
No, I think it's a beautiful album, but I can understand why it's like not up there.
It's a really good album, but it's just not something I can see myself like continually coming back to all the time the way I would come back to like LP, House is Burning, you know what I mean? Like I just don't see that.
I get it.
I think you mentioned this artist to me before, Ramsey.
That's
it was
what
when
I'm
we did our day
saying.
trip to Austin.
Yes.
Put the
you
Yellow albums
You
together.
definitely talked about this artist. Like when you said Little Sims, I was like,
She's
oh, shit,
awesome.
Yeah, I've, like,
UK rap, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's one that I know you would like. Like
Really?
you definitely like the cinematic element is like big for you, and I think that you would get a lot out of it.
Sweet.
Dude, we're drawing a penis right now.
Literally. Yeah, we got the 2 Yellow albums together. If we had a Mine right here, we go 3 for 3. But
It's
yeah.
not colorblind.
All right. Now we got Sour by O-Rod, Olivia Rodrigo.
As a 17-year-old girl, I like this album.
It's a damn good album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't even lie.
It's damn good. I know you're not in the pop lane like at
Izzy
all.
hates pop.
Izzy,
Okay.
dude,
Okay,
Izzy
hold on,
despises
hold
pop.
on. Okay, I don't hate pop music. I really
No,
don't.
name
Also,
a pop album that's come out in the last 2 years that you've enjoyed.
Okay, I was about to say, y'all asked me about my opinion on Dawn FM like pretty recently after it came out. I've grown to actually love that album.
Come on,
I
come
really
on.
have. Yeah, so I'll give you that. I don't know, like just songs like Olivia Rodrigo's an artist. I respect the hell out of what she's doing in the music industry. I get, again, objectively good album. Like, straight up. It is an objectively good album.
Whatever.
But I just feel like I'm in, like, Kids Bop or something. when
He's
I'm
never had his
listening
heart
to it.
broken
You know what I
before.
mean?
No, literally. No, he's literally so indie and scene that like
Yeah,
he
I'm
would
just-
not possibly
This is just
understand.
too, like, I'm too above like,
Yeah,
my scope of
his music
comprehension.
taste is like the normie shit he could never.
I mean, good album, like, for real. Good album. Like, props to her for what she's doing. She's
Man,
definitely
I
on her
cried to
way.
this album. So
Really?
yes.
I feel like I
Okay.
have to. At some
Yeah.
point.
Okay,
So,
that's fair.
I don't know, man. And the
I don't
amount of
know,
karaoke
yeah.
songs that came from this shit too.
Yeah.
It's
She's
just
bangers.
there's just so many good things to like about the album, and it's her debut. As a debut, that's crazy.
Very impressive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I can give her that. It's just when I listen to Olivia Rodrigo, it's not someone that I'd revisit often. Definitely not something I just like. turn
Loser
on in my
mentality.
car. Yeah, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna get flamed as shit in even in person. Like people are gonna be coming up to me being like, "Wow, you're fucked up."
Yeah. So
Y'all can
I-
do whatever with this album. Like I'll take your word for it.
I feel like we're making it seem like this is about to be a really high tier.
And it's
an
not.
awesome album.
It's not.
But I like it.
This is no by the time I get to Phoenix. No.
No.
This is no solar power even. Like I think this is like a low B high C.
Okay, I don't want to put this in front of Donda.
I
I
have to
can't do
veto
that.
that for sure.
Okay,
I would
okay.
say in front of Montero.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that because we got the pop albums
Okay.
on the C.
That's definitely the right place for it.
Yeah.
I
like
think that's the right place
we
for
talked it up, but we're like, but it is like
It's good at what it does.
it's good at what it does. It's just the
Yeah.
depth, like beyond like I'm a sad teenager isn't there.
Shout out my sad teenagers out there. For
No, for real. Like if I had been 17 when this shit came out,
Oh, banging,
man.
banging.
Izzy
Oh, man.
loves sad teenage girls. That's a fun fact
Oh
about
my
Izzy.
God. Fuck.
Fucking hell.
Next album.
Okay.
Next album.
Okay. All right. This is one that I haven't listened to. The Still Woozy album.
I like his album.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, still Woozy. You can't really go wrong with his music. His music's just so unique in its own way. Just the way that he's producing this stuff, like all on his own.
Really vibey.
He's having so much fun with like his music career. It's crazy. Like, definitely one of those artists that I look at him and he's definitely not doing it for the money. He'll just put out whatever the fuck he thinks sounds cool.
Yeah.
And most of the time, his audience receives it really, really well. It's cool that he came out with his first album finally. I know it's just been a lot of EPs and singles like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, I love Still Woozy's sound just from top to bottom. I think it's a really good album, but I don't think it's one of the greats of 2021. It was something I liked a lot, but I don't think I'd put it above like a lot of the top Bs or anything like that.
Me too. One of my only complaints for this album is like he released maybe half of it as singles before the album came out, and then the other ones that weren't released as singles just were not up to that same level that had your expectations up there. Love Still Woozy. I'm seeing him in concert, but it's not incredible.
And that's where I'm at. I've heard all the singles, and the singles are good, but like I've not given the album like a holistic listen. And it's good. It's vibey music, but it's I don't know.
I don't think I'd put this higher than. I don't know. It's tough though because Ramsey and I have different opinions on the off season and Roadrunner. I think I'd be cool just keeping it like either like a high C.
I'd be fine with that.
High C maybe.
I'm with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No, not above Donda.
Yeah.
Having Donda is just a black dot is.
I know, it's really confusing.
Yeah.
All right, now we got Life of a Don. Donnie T, H-Town Boy.
I like it. Cool sound.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It doesn't do that
I'm a
much.
huge okay, yeah, I'm like a really, really big Don Toliver fan.
Uh-huh.
I will say I didn't go crazy for this album either. Like I know my facial expression made me seem like that, but it's really just because I'm excited to like talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I got love for him, but
yeah,
it's just not
compared
like...
to Heaven or Hell is like a fantastic
Yes.
album to me.
That album was awesome.
Even his first tape, Donnie Womack or however you say it,
Mhm.
I thought that was better than this album. There were definitely like a few bangers on this album that I'm still listening to over and over again though, so that's kind of what gives it a little more credit for me. I think the production end of it is really solid,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of what he's doing on those tracks, I think it was a little underwhelming for sure. But I don't know, I think he could have been a little bit better.
Donnie T always has good production. I'll say that. The thing with Don Toliver, man, is like he's not an albums guy really. Like I don't think he's like the kind of artist that's built to like release like full length albums.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It kind of like the Migos, man. Like for real, like or somebody like that, man. Where it's just like even Gunna. It's like you don't want these guys really to put out albums. You want to hear a few good singles from them a year and like some features. Yeah. And that's
He's a huge feature artist.
Oh,
for sure.
Don Toliver on features is like Can't Say is like one of the greatest features I've ever heard.
I love that song.
Like that is an insane feature.
Yeah.
Like he's crazy. It just like we said, the album's cool. That's it.
Some really high highs, but some really low lows.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way that I could describe it.
I think this is a low C.
Yeah, I agree. I
Cool.
still like it
Yeah,
more than
that's fair.
CLB.
It's better than CLB.
That's not saying much.
All right, Vince Staples self-titled.
It's okay.
Really?
I love Vin Staples, and just it's kind of the same shit with Drake. Just listening to what he's like put out in the past, I think it was a little underwhelming as well. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't say much more than that.
I liked it. It wasn't like an exceptional album or anything,
Yeah.
but it was a really cool short. It's very short. It's vibey. Like you know what I mean. Like it's just something you can turn on and just kind of like chill out to,
Yeah.
which is really nice. That's the same way I feel about The House is Burning. That's another album that you can turn on and just kind of chill out to. The House is Burning is objectively better,
Oh, yeah,
but
for sure.
self-titled is, I don't know. I like what he did here. I was thinking like towards the bottom of B. I don't know where you guys are at.
I would say maybe just like top of C.
Okay.
But we can take the means as usual and keep it bottom of B.
What are you thinking?
Damn. I'm trying to like compare this to what I thought about Donda.
I know there's such different albums that it's
Yeah.
difficult.
I could go either way, honestly. Top of C, bottom of B.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, I'll be B, you be
Yeah,
C.
Okay, on shoot.
Okay.
One,
Rock,
two,
paper, scissors,
three,
shoot. Okay.
Both
Come
said-
on,
both
come
said
on.
different ass things.
Above or below
That's for the
Donda?
C game.
Does that mean above or below
Below,
Donda?
below
Okay.
Donda.
Yeah, I figured if we're moving it to C, it has to be below Donda. All right. Lately, I Feel Everything by Willow. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I think Willow's cool. She's cool.
Industry
In general,
plant.
yeah.
Willow Smith is an industry plant.
100%. Her old music's better though. I mean,
Yeah, it's just like she's trying to be punk with this album. She's trying to get into like the pop punk scene.
it's just
and
not her sound.
it kind of fucking sucks.
Mhm.
Like it kind of sucks. I think this is the worst album on this list.
Damn, really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I think this is worse than the Bruiser Wolf. Like now that I'm looking at it, Bruiser Wolf's album is better than CLB. What am I thinking?
yeah.
What am I thinking? I'm moving that, man. Like
No, I think it should still be in D, but still just above CLB.
Yeah, I'd probably.
yeah,
agree with
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like I think we need an F, low key. Like I think I really fucking don't like this album from Willow.
Dude, her name is too similar to Will Smith's, and it kind of puts me off.
Her music puts me off.
Maybe like get a new name or
Just
something.
get a new
Yeah.
style. I don't know, man. Meet Me at Our Spot's cool, but that's not even on the album. That's like our feature on somebody else's song. But that's like the only cool thing she's done like since.
Jaden's definitely a way better artist than her,
Totally.
and he's still not
Jaden's
like a really
fucking-
crazy.
But Jaden's
he's
cool.
Not crazy to me. He's
but
cool.
Jaden's
yeah,
cool.
but I think he has a lot more potential. I mean, this is.
And dude, like Willow's old album, what was it called?
I can't remember. I know what it looks like, but I can't remember.
with all the women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's it called, man?
I don't know.
That album is really good because that's what she's like.
This guy hates female albums.
I was just
Yeah,
groaning
fuck
at
women. No, we have Lord and Little Sims. Hi, we can't be hating on and Claro.
Yeah, shout out.
That's the shit.
No, but yeah, like this is straight up an F. Like,
Yeah, I could go with that.
yeah. Okay, we have it on the D on screen, but if you're
Just
no,
imagine
but
it is
POV, not POV. What am I saying? But yeah, in your head, make a separate box below for not even called F, just called Lately I Feel Everything.
Can we just drag her off the screen again?
Yeah, actually, I'm just
Delete
gonna
her.
delete her. Here we go.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
Get a new name.
All right, and last but not least, we got Punk.
Ass.
I thought it was
Fuck
trash.
off.
I thought it was trash.
It's not good.
Yeah, I mean,
Not good.
fuck. I really expected you to have a different opinion about this album.
Me?
Yeah, just based on like the way you said that just now.
No, I don't know. I'm excited about the video, not the
Yeah.
album.
I don't know.
I think this
Young
is-
Thug has put out
So much
every
fucking
better
music.
project than this. Like every project before this is infinitely better than this album.
Like every single
Yeah.
one, dude. Like Beautiful Thugger Girls is
Yeah.
trash.
I feel like Young Thug was listening to like Machine Gun Kelly for like the 2 months before he put this album out and was like, holy shit, like he's onto something and put out this.
I
Fuck.
love Young Thug, and I've
Same,
seen him
yeah.
do better at this sound in previous albums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
so frustrating because I think if he really did a good job at this, it would sound awesome, but he really just didn't do a good job.
I
No,
know it's too long too.
It's bad. It's bad on all counts. To me, it's like this is where Young Thug's career's gotten though. Like I haven't seen like a really consistent Young Thug album since Jeffrey.
It's really sad.
It sucks,
really
man,
sad.
because like Slime Season 3 is like another one that's like an all timer for me.
That's
Like,
my favorite Thug album.
that's easily my favorite Thug album. That's like a top 10 album ever for me.
Yeah.
Like that, and the fact that we're just not even getting anything close to out of Young Thug anymore. I don't know, man. This is a D for me. This
I
is
think he's just
I was
become
gonna
like
say.
a marketing scheme with YSL.
literally.
Um,
Yeah, he's a character, and I like him as a character. I don't really like him as a rapper that much unless he's like on a feature.
Agreed. I love Young Thug, just wasn't it. I say D.
Yeah. Put this below
Probably throw
COD.
this at a D.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Like you hate to see Young Thug going out sad,
Yeah.
but he kind of is.
He's still the man. If you look at his old tweets, you can tell he's like the man. He's
Oh yeah.
so fun.
And his Instagram, his bio, or like not the bio, but like you know how where you put your username, but then there's like your name.
Yeah.
It's still just sex with like 3 exclamation points. So that's cool.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
great
funny-ass
guy,
guy.
great character, but just not doing it for me in the rap game.
That's a
Yeah,
good tier list.
look at that.
Well
I'm
done.
honestly, I'm really proud of this. Do we have any changes that we want to make now that we're done? Is there anything you want to? Me personally, I kind of want to move the House is Burning to an S.
I can live with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck
That's what I'm thinking. Because I think it might be better than LP even, but that's just me. But like, but like I do think it is a tier above like all of these A albums.
I think
Like
so.
I definitely.
Let's take a moment. We built a perfect penis. That is just the perfect penis. Because you moved that. I feel like you were planning.
I straight up was not. I just really
that is
like The
crazy.
House is Burning
That's
like a
crazy.
lot more than I like
Yeah, it's just a
any of
subconscious
the other.
thing.
I think on my mind I'm always thinking about dicks. So
Yeah.
you know what? Why don't we throw Lately I Feel Everything right here just for the.
Long tip.
No sir, no sir. This album is trash. I can't move it. Oh no, it's stuck. Okay, well bottom of D she goes. But yeah, I guess that concludes our tier list. I'm happy with this.
Me too.
Yeah, I am
think
too.
it's really good.
I think this is a good tier list. If you haven't heard of any of these albums or artists, check them out. Like some of these more underground, like Little Sims, for example, or like Injury Reserve, artists that you definitely should be checking out.
Totally.
Interwave.
Interwave, yes, really
Even
cool
Claro,
stuff.
Shit.
Claire, I know, man. Like
Drake, check him out.
Yeah.
no, but seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please go check out these albums. Let us know if you think we fucked up. If you think like them that the off season's way too high. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot. Maybe it's a D, and I don't know, but. So let us know what you think. If you want to make your own version of this tier list, I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can go make your own version of this tier list. DM it to us on Instagram. I would love to see that. We'll put that on the stories.
Or even just like individual opinions on some of these.
Yeah,
albums,
like just shoot us a DM or whatever. Like we would love to see your opinions and thoughts on these albums. And other than that, we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. So thank you so much for watching. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe.